and welcome to this episode of Slaves Only. You join us right where we left off at the end of the last episode at Flat Lagoon. Now, as you can see, we're broke because somebody, the wall, has used all of our cats on robotic limbs. So the first thing we're going to be doing is getting ourselves some money. And what do you do in Kenshi when you're in desperate need of some cats? Well, you sell drugs, of course. And it just so happens the tech hunters love themselves some drugs. So with this match made in heaven, we head out to a little secret drug facility conveniently located near Flats Lagoon. We arrive to the drug farm and secure the drugs with no problem. But as any experienced drug runner will tell you, getting the drugs isn't the hard part. Making it to your buyers, now that is where the challenge is. Overweight and slow as heck, we attempt the journey back to Flats Lagoon. Immediately aggroed by a group of land bats, but they quickly get bored and wander off easy, no problem. Until we get just outside of Flats Lagoon and are attacked by the white eyebrow bros that completely wreck us. It's a good thing the tech hunters smelt our drugs and decided to save us. Back in town, we complete our drug deal and heal from the white eyebrow bros. While we were healing, the Western Hive decided they wanted to take over Flats Lagoon, which gives us a chance to loot all their down Garu and make even more cats. Now, I spent the next few hours looting Garu and trying to heal the tech hunters until I got bored and wandered off. We didn't wander too long before discovering Maroon. Maroon is by far my favorite town to settle in. It has, in my eyes, the perfect balance of feeling safe and still having to deal with the dangers of Kenshi. The town is always under some kind of attack, from skin spiders or beak things to roaming packs of dogs. If the tech hunters, if you're not helping them survive, will eventually just die out due to all the animal raids. Even though we're not going to be staying here for long, I wanted to repair one of the buildings to use as a little hideaway place we can store our extra gear. It took a few days waiting for the bar to restock, and we got into plenty of fights with beak things while we waited. But eventually we got the building repaired and researched some basic storage. With the building done, I took a look around the area to see if we could get into some fights for combat training. We were able to get into a few fights with beak things with little trouble. Our guys have gotten pretty strong at this point. Not super strong, but they're strong enough to handle at least a beak thing or two. Once we got back to town, wouldn't you know it, it was under attack by a group of beak things, just crushing everyone. We tried to help what we could until we were too overwhelmed, and we just ran into the building and hid. With everyone healed up, it was time to leave Maroon. Like I said, we weren't going to be staying here long. I just wanted a place to keep our extra gear. Not long after leaving town, we ran into a group of beak things and skin spiders fighting. I tried to skirt around the fighting, but a few of the big things aggroed to us. Now, I don't know when our guys became super great fighters, but they were able to kill 10 big things with just the 4 of them. That's really impressive to me. Was not expecting that. I thought this was going to be the end of the Slaves Only. Of course, the wall loses a limb during the fighting. That's just to be expected at this point. Once the big things eventually let us heal up without attacking us in our sleep, we head out and we discover a market on the map. I decided to check out the market, and turns out it's a slave market, and it's currently under attack, and I thought it would be a good time to try and free some slaves. I get one freed, so I leave the market to help her escape. She gets down almost instantly, and I run back to pick her up and attempt to run away with her, but the guards were able to take her out of my arms. This caught me off guard, as I've never seen this happen before. So I head back to the campsite and was going to wait until night to attempt another slave break, but got bored and decided to head back in one more time before night. Tuck was able to unlock the cage with no problem and pick up the slave, then head out of town without any of the guards coming after him. After waiting for the slave to wake up, she decides to join the group. So I have some plans for this particular new recruit, but those plans do not matter as she shortly dies on our way back to Maroon. Gotta love Kenshi. So we head back to the market and end up getting 2 more people to join us. It looked like another was on his way to join us, but then just gave up on life and refused to move any further. So with our new recruits, we head back to Maroon, and we were able to get back with little problems. The wall lost an arm, so I send him off to Flats Lagoon to go get another new robotics limb, and I have the rest of the team sell off all the hide we got from fighting the beak things on our little adventure we were just on. And Stork is attacked by a group of beak things, so I have Alec go out to grab the aggro and have Tuck go pick him up, bring him in. I have Alec fight the beak things alone because I honestly thought he could handle it with no problem. Turns out he can't, so I quickly send him back into the building. But of course, Kenshi being Kenshi, a few of the beak things were able to glitch into the building. This is not ideal. At the same time, the wall is being aggroed by something on his way to Flats Lagoon. I have Alec, Tuck, and Stork fight the beak things, somehow ended up in the building. I jump to the wall to see what's aggroing him, he's outrunning them, so I just make sure he's running to Flats Lagoon, and then I jump back to Maroon to focus on that fight. Tuck, Alec, and Stork are able to defeat the beak things that made it into the building, and the wall makes it to Flats Lagoon, which is still being attacked by the Western Hive. The wall grabs himself a new arm, and I'm smart this time, I grab another arm for when he loses his next one, and then I send him back to Maroon. While we wait for the wall, I have Tuck go grab Gurgle some new gear. I'm thinking about making him our range guy, and we have Lungrot do some basic research. Once the wall arrives, I finally thought of a name for our group, the Liberators, and with everyone back at Maroon together, I feel like this is a great stopping point for this episode of Slaves Only. Thank you if you made it this far. Let me know if you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if you haven't enjoyed the video. I hope to see you next time.